How's it going, Chris?
It's going great. We're just chugging along in the skin of our teeth.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy around here.
What's interesting with the skin of our teeth is that we're doing a play that is about actors doing a play, which we've done before, sort of in Shakespeare play within a play worlds, but never quite like this. You'll see when you come to the show, there's moments when the planned script kind of stops and breaks down, and the actors have to sort of get things back on track. So it kind of gives us a freedom production-wise to have a little bit of fun with the visuals in the set and props and costumes, which has been a little different. We're not really trying to achieve like a full suspension of disbelief realism, nor are we trying to do something that's wholly presentational. It's kind of a little bit abstract. Thornton Wilder contradicts himself in lots of really fun ways. We've got a dinosaur and a mammoth on stage. We've got a man who's inventing the alphabet but reads Shakespeare already. Once you kind of throw all the logic up in the air, this play lets you kind of just have fun with the meaning and the tone and the significance of things. So production-wise, it's kind of been freeing, but also terrifying at times.
What have been some of the more challenging or demanding production elements to bring to life?
There's a massive set change. We go from a living room to a boardwalk with moving parts, including a roller chair that's this very specific thing from Atlantic City boardwalks in the era. We did like the research of what it would look like and trying to figure out how to create that on stage. I was at a thrift store and I found a bike trailer. The kind of thing that maybe you've seen somebody like dragging behind their bike with a dog in it.
Right.
So,
Right.
And what was perfect is it had 2 back wheels and 1 front wheel, which is what the roller chairs have. Bought it, drug it back to the theater, stripped all the, screen mesh, like dog carrier aspects of it off, and then we've been working on just kind of changing the shape of it and making it structural enough to carry people. Talk about a really strange reference that's so specific to Atlantic City boardwalks. Now we have something that at least the audience will see it and know what it's supposed to be or what it's supposed to, represent.
And you're also working with Cindy on the costumes for the show, is that right?
Yep, I helped Cindy here in the costume shop working on all the, changes and alterations we have to make to the clothes. And in this show, that has included creating a dinosaur and a mammoth. Cindy drew a really nice kind of sketch of what she wanted it to be, and then I took that and we kind of coordinated to make something that would work to give the basic silhouette of those two things. Matt Cotton, who's done a lot of the puppets for the Rogue in the past, has created these headpieces that will kind of complete the look. But they've come a long way and have had to be sort of quick rigged because we both have sort of quick changes to get in and out of them. So we're still kind of figuring all of that out.
So you have to be able to throw it on and get it right off.
Right.
And will you tell me about the feet and the hands?
So we were talking about how to get the feet and the hands to look right, and I just went online, and these are available for purchase for sort of Halloween costumes. But they're a rubber glove, and I discovered that they also fit on my feet. So it kind of worked out perfectly. And they're great because they're actually quite expressive on stage. I can do things. It's always fun to figure out how many of my fingers I should put in each one of these. This is one of the things that brought me the most joy in this production process. It's a fishbowl, obviously. Mr. Antrobus has a lot of pets. He's got the dinosaur, the mammoth, a bird, and a fish. And so I went and bought a plastic fishbowl. I molded this little fish out of clay and put him on a stick. And what's fun about it is I made it so that he pivots so that the actor, Matt Wally, could actually have a little bit of control over which way he spins. And then the fish is just clay that's been painted. And he's a little top heavy, which helps him spin when I tip the bowl. This I really struggled with. The stage directions in this play say things sometimes that make you go and scratch your head. One of those is, Mrs. Antrobus asks the telegraph boy if he has any fire. And then there's a stage direction where it says he pulls something like a briquette out of his pocket. And so we were talking about like a briquette for a fire, but they haven't quite invented fire yet in this period of time, because the player hasn't made up his mind if we're back in the caves or present day is kind of the running joke. So what we talked about was a briquette or item, and this is kind of more of a piece of wood, but that was already on fire, so that the gag or the idea is that the telegraph boy has to carry his fire with him. So he will produce this out of a little pouch already lit and then use it to light the Antrobus's fire, from which then they light the kitchen stove, etc. Mr. Antrobus invents the wheel in our play and brings it on stage. It's just a great big chunk of foam. It's 3 layers of insulation that you might buy for your house. It's that heavy, dense pink foam that you can sort of work with and carve. And so I glued 3 layers of that together, cut out the shape, and then sanded in a lot of gouges where maybe Mr. Antrobus has used his chisel. And then the rest was just splatter paint and some texture on it. Thank you so much. That's a little peek behind the scenes of what we've been working on for The Skin of Our Teeth, and hope to see you in September when our performance begins. Thank you.